Hello and welcome to my very fourth YouTube video. I don't know for how long I'm going to do this counting at the beginning of the video. I kind of like it, but I'm not sure if it's weird or not. I think it's good because it shows the people that are watching, if people are watching, that I'm pretty new to this YouTube stuff. So I think there are not as high expectations and I don't put that much pressure on myself. So for me, that intro kind of helps, but I don't know if it's okay or if people that are watching like it or think it's weird. So if you have an opinion on that, please let me know. So today we are going to give another one of the Oasis Springs starter hoses. Even though I think they are not really starter hoses, I think these ones are a little bit more expensive, but they're kind of starter hoses. And anyway, I'm going to give them a Mediterranean makeover because I don't like this kind of modern style that they have. And I think the Mediterranean style fits Oasis Spring very well. And I kind of have fallen in love with the building in that style. What I did differently this time from the last time I made one of these Mediterranean makeovers is that I added a little bit of a wooden accent on the little bump out in the front. I don't know if it fits the style 100%, but I really like that little bit of a change in color, and it was also warm, and I think it looked great there. I really like that we have the freedom to place windows wherever we want now, and I'll place them on half tiles, but I noticed that if you placed windows on these half tiles and you want to place a window directly next to it, what would work on a full tile, if that is done placed exactly next to each other, on a half tile there is some weird clipping of the wall into the window. I don't know if that is fixable. If it would be fixable, that would be awesome, but I could also understand if it wasn't fixable, and I think it's still better to have the possibility to place windows on half tiles and just don't put a window exactly next to it than not being able to place windows on half tiles or place them at all. When I got to the interior of the build, the first thing I did was to remove all the lighting that was previously placed there, because in this build there were lamps used that don't emit the best lighting. They still keep the place kind of dark, and I think the interior of a build really shines with the lighting, and that's why I think it's very important to have great lighting in your build from the start, because that enables you to really see the colors of the floor or the wallpaper you're placing, or even the furniture. With the wallpaper and the flooring, I was really searching for options that were warm and friendly and inviting, and I tried to find that in tiles for the bathrooms and the kitchen, because I think that really fits to that Mediterranean style, and I also tried to use that in my last Mediterranean transformation build. And I also think that if you live in Oasis Springs, you basically live in the desert, so it's always warm, hot, even with seasons installed. And so I kind of wanted to reflect that warm climate in the build and in the colors I picked. As with the last build that we had, I really liked that little kitchen nook that they placed, and I managed to find the perfect wallpaper for that had that kind of orange brown tone reflected that I had going on in the rest of the build, but also had that blue tile down below that very well fit in with the kitchen. So I think this color combination really tied in the kitchen with the rest of the build. This is going to be the home of Lennon Goldberg that you were able to meet in my Meet My Townies video. I'm going to try to link that in the end card, but I'm new to this, so no promises. Maybe I forget, maybe I screw up, but I'm going to try. And he's single, so I didn't need the second bedroom that was there, but he sometimes has some companionship over, so I tried to make his bedroom look very nice and orderly and presentable. I kind of struggled to find a rug that was the right color or size there, because the bed wasn't centered, so either I could have the rug underneath the bed and it wouldn't be centered with the room or otherwise, but in the end I thought it makes more sense underneath the bed so you don't step on cold wood if you wake up. In the two bathrooms I placed some clutter, the essentials. Toilet paper was already there, but I also placed some towels and a morning robe, and I think that made them a little bit more lived in. And in the second bathroom I also put some soap and some toothbrushes, so I guess that one is the main bathroom. I guess it's pretty luxurious for a person living alone to have two bathrooms, but if you can afford it, why not? And I also just saw that I didn't place the toothbrushes, but I placed the soaps there. But just some clutter that you would need in a bathroom. And I also tried to place some shutters in front of the windows to give them some privacy in the bathroom. I think that is always nice. Afterwards, I wanted to move on to create the little workspace in the second bedroom. But at that point, I realized that I was running kind of low on money and that I wasn't 100% happy with the arrangement of the bathroom yet. So I played around a little bit with the positions of the shower and the toilet to make a little bit more space for one more shutter in front of the window. And I think afterwards it looked a lot better. The living room furniture was still very modern from what the build originally was, so I deleted almost all of the original furniture and replaced it with some sofas or couches that were more fitting to that brown and orange that I had going on throughout the build. And I also found this rug that worked perfectly, and I thought it tied it all together very well. For the dining room, I wanted it to take up a little bit more space, so I deleted the little table and replaced it with a much bigger one. With the chairs, I was a little bit confused because that chair with the brown seating area and the orange wood that I wanted to use that fit perfectly with the table exists two times, one time on its own and one time in multiple color variations, and I ended up using the one I think from normal build and buy mode with the multiple color options, but I placed one time the single chair by accident, so I replaced it after. I don't know if that has any effect. I guess that chair is there because it can be fabricated or something, but yeah, that confused me a little bit. Afterwards, I replaced the modern doors that were there in the beginning with some brown ones that fit the style that the build has now better. And with the money that I got from that, I at first did some final decorations in the entry area and around the dining table. And with that, I finally knew how much money I had left to decorate and furnish the study room, which wasn't much. And I really wanted to have 2 bigger bookshelves there to fill the space a little bit. So I was able to replace some of the more expensive items in the house, like the expensive grill or the shower, with some cheaper variants of that. And with that I was able to afford the 2 bookshelves, but I wasn't able to afford a computer anymore. And I thought about deleting some other stuff to get 800 simoleons somehow, and I thought it would maybe be a good idea to have Landon or one of your sims, if you want to play in this build, earn a little bit money to afford a computer someday if you want one, or you can sell something else in the house, but you could make the decision yourself which items matter how much to you. And with that, this build is almost complete. I just placed some bushes outside, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed and liked this video, and I hope we'll see each other again someday.